Mortgage renewals, that's what we're talking about today. Things to consider, maybe take a bit of the mystery out of it, and maybe some concerns that you may have. So, with mortgage renewals, different lenders send them out at different times. Some lenders will send it out 120 days prior to renewal, and some may only send it out a few weeks before. But you may contact your lender in advance and start already having the discussion with them. That is not a problem. So, you can do that. So, what you could first start with is review your financial goals. So, how long, for example, do you plan to stay in the home? And why that matters is if you're planning to move shortly, maybe you want to take a shorter term than a longer term, or you may want to take an open term. These are things that you need to think about because if you took a long term, but you're planning to move shortly and you have to break that mortgage, you may have a large penalty to break. So, be aware of that. Another thing is, do you want to put a lump sum against it? Maybe you got a bonus from work or some inheritance money and you'd like to pay it off. Do you want to increase or decrease your payment? You can, for example, increase what you pay on your biweekly or monthly payment, or maybe things are tough and you want to contact the lender and say, is there any way we can decrease our payment? Maybe push the amortization out a little bit, or maybe you're already paying, say, accelerated biweekly and you would just want to do a regular biweekly payment. And another thing to consider is refinance. For example, maybe there's some debt that you need to take care of, or maybe there's a child going to post-secondary education and you don't quite have enough funds saved that you want to take some equity out of your property to help fund that. Whatever the case may be, at renewal is a great time because there's no breakage cost or fees when it comes to your current mortgage when you're changing it. So take the time to just to review your financial goals. So start early. You may want to start like 120 days before. That's kind of a good time to start thinking about it and contacting the lender. You may have conversations with the lender after you've done your financial review of your goals of what you want to implement, and that they can educate you then on what the options are with them and how to go about it. Another thing is negotiate a better rate. You may, in that initial conversation, ask them about their rates and what they're offering. You don't have to make a decision right then when they make the offer. You can wait. You can ask, you can think about it, you can do some research, and you can go back and ask again. You are allowed to do that. The other thing is you do not have to renew into the same previous term. So just because you had a certain term, say a 5-year term previously, it does not mean you have to take a 5-year term again. You have options and choices. So look at the option and choices and have conversations with your lender about what your option or choices are. Maybe you need to change lenders. Maybe you're just not happy with your lender or your mortgage needs have changed. For example, maybe you have a standard mortgage and you want to have a mortgage that's an all in one, where it's a mortgage and secured line of credit all in one, but that lender doesn't offer that product and you have to go elsewhere. Or maybe you're in, for example, a bit of a higher risk mortgage where the interest rate is a little bit higher. Maybe it's a private mortgage and you need to move it. So you need to, again, doing this at renewal usually minimizes the amount of fees that you have to pay, and it's a good time to change your lender. And the interest rate environment. So if you're contacting your lender nice and early, if interest rates are going up, maybe you want to lock in sooner. But if interest rates are going down, then what you may want to consider is just wait as long as you can, as close to your renewal date as possible. You can do that. You have that option to do so. And you can just, if you want to wait, you can just check in back with your lender and see if they will offer you a better rate. I mean, that's a good time frame, 120 days. So, contact them 30 days later and ask them again what is the best options that they have for you. So the big thing is that you just want to take some time, do some due diligence. Don't just wait for the renewal to come in the mail and sign off on it. You do have options, so take this time at renewal to check out what your options are and make sure that it fits your financial plan. Until next time.